Hello, welcome to Once the Force, the Star Wars podcast. My name's Phil, of course, and welcome back to a special episode looking back on Star Wars Celebration. I'm joined, as usual, by Dave and our roving reporter, George. Our absentee is back. Hello, good evening.
Hello there.
Good
I'm
evening,
back.
good evening.
I'm back in England. It's very sunny here. Been more consistent weather than Chicago, where we had snow, sun, and rain within the space of 48 hours. But it is nice to be home in a proper place with. Well, actually, I can't really criticize where I was. You go to Convention England and the Wi-Fi is terrible. I live stream to you guys better than I could do at work. That's I can't fault the Wi-Fi. I can't even make a dig about that, can I?
But it was literally fine until you started leaving sort of the auditoriums, like a bit further out, and then that's when your signal dropped. But other than that, we got some good reporting, so it was really good.
We do. Very happily surprised at the your spontaneously joining in.
Yeah, and I'm here as well. Like I'm actually here at home on an episode. Like this is a big moment. And fingers crossed, I'm around for a couple more. We've got some plans, fingers crossed, coming up that could go very well, which I want to be involved in. But no, yeah, this is our kind of special celebration, kind of like a recap. So we're not going to sit here talk for an hour about episode 9 or The Mandalorian. We're like just going to kind of recap, I think, the main things, giving my experience on it, the event, the convention. If anyone's got any questions for me, anything like that, this is like a recap / summary / QA, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. And we're covering things we might have missed. I don't know what you guys missed. You guys probably came out of Celebration with more knowledge than me about things. Because when, I was in a panel and I missed John Boyega and Oscar Isaac signing.
Yeah.
If I'd have been at home, I'd have heard about that. Obviously, I wouldn't have been there.
It would have been a really tough run to get to them.
But it was very interesting. But I don't even know how we're going to open this. How do you guys want to open it?
Well, I think, we start by saying, we've obviously enjoyed Celebration. It was a great event. It was a long weekend, and really, George, you got from there on the Thursday. So, and that's a day earlier. We don't get review days. So, what was that initial Thursday like?
The Thursday was, I think in America they do more conventions. They're like preview days. So I know they do them at San Diego and I think New York now and at the Toy Fair. But obviously, Celebration's always been a 3-day or a 4-day event. So it was having this 5-day pass. A lot of the guys I met at the dorm was I would kind of like, what do we do on the Thursday? There's no panels. People are signing. So I tried to switch some autographs to a Thursday to free up the other days. But they were all sold out because I'm guessing everybody had the same idea. So I kind of declared Thursday as not even a preview day, the sacrifice day that I want to go out on a Thursday. I want to buy everything I've been meaning to buy, which gives me 4 days to walk around and do everything else and not be in queues for shopping the entire time. So that was the way I saw Thursday. I was actually very fortunate. I somehow snuck in on the Wednesday when I picked my pre-order up. 2 of my friends are exhibitors, and they kind of said, if you just walk past the security so casually that they think you're one of us and hide your lanyard, you'll probably get it. And I did. And they were building the people were building their like areas and everything like that. It was really cool. And I found my friends, had a catch up, got to stalk the area ever so slightly. I got the key points. I knew where Hasbro was. I knew where Funko was. I knew where the state. I was picking up places. And then I casually bumped into Anthony Carboni, the host of Star Wars show. That was by Hasbro. I just sat there staring at the Black Series anniversary figures. I turned around and he was staring at them as well. So he was really nice. I just asked for a quick photo. It was it started like Wednesday sneaking in. Thursday was the sacrifice day. I got there at it opened at 1. It was like 1 till 8, so it was a bit later. Like I said, go in. I think it was everyone had the same ideas. Go get your merch on Thursday. Got there at 10 in the morning to join the Celebration store queue. Because there was a lot of things I wanted. 10 o'clock. So obviously we've got the app as well. I don't know if I've spoken about the app issues. They were
we kind of mentioned them and not gone into in depth.
So the app, as everybody predicted, I've jumped the gun. I haven't even spoken about the lottery, have I?
No, actually, no. We haven't.
We had a little bit of a rant about it, but not a huge amount.
So the lottery system results were meant to be on the Monday. I think this was the last video we did, right? Where the United extension.
Yes.
They were going to close on the Thursday. You were going to get results on Monday. Then it was decided we're just going to extend it to Monday night, and you'll get your results on Tuesday. Tuesday, 10 p.m. Chicago town now. Town? What time?
In Chicago town.
He's thinking of pizza. Yeah.
They
Did you
tweeted-
at the point? Did you have a Chicago deep dish whilst you're out there?
I had two, and they both. Well, one of them finished me to the point where I was like in some form of food coma. I was going to walk home, but I had to get an Uber because I wasn't going to make it.
Wow.
That's how it was. Like I say, it was a pizza. It was blatantly more of a lasagna. And that's what their pizzas are like. They had like a layer of cheese, really thin crust, like really thin. It's a deep, obviously a deep pan in England is just loads of dough. Over there, it's like a fucking puddle. Sorry, I forgot. Sorry. There was like a bowl, and there was a layer of cheese, a layer of tomato, a layer of like the meat, which I chose, like meatballs is my flavor. Then another layer of cheese and another layer of tomato. And already as pizza, it was fine. I was completely finished. The guy was just refilling my drinks every like 2 minutes, and I was there like, I'm not going to make it. Like, stop refilling my drinks. And and obviously, so I was going to Thursday like, well, thank God it's Thursday, just the afternoon, because I'm not going to make it in the morning if I'm eating like this. So what happened on the Wednesday? The lottery results. They announced on the Tuesday, and everyone just started. We were all spamming our dorm, refresh emails, refresh. There was nothing. So I woke up at like 4 a.m. Local time, which was like 10 back home. I hadn't adapted yet. It was my first day, and there was still no emails. And at this point, I was a bit worried. I went onto Facebook and Twitter, and I saw people basically saying, if you go on to growtix.com and sign in, it will just say your orders, and it will let you know what you've won. And it came with my basket that I'd won 2 things. Didn't tell you what. It just told you where. And one said Galaxy Stage, the other said Twin Suns. I've only applied for 3. So I'm sat there thinking, I really hope it's episode 9. I really hope it's Mandalorian. And I really hope it's episode 1. I hope I've really won 3. Turns out that people started tweeting episode 9 wins, and I got nothing. I was like, okay, I may have missed the boat for that. And then I got tweeted Mandalorian about an hour later. Not tweeted, sorry, emailed. So Mandalorian, Twin Sun stage. Oh, okay, happy with that. And then I noticed there was a trend where they were emailing all the winners at the same time. So then I knew next was episode 1, Galaxy Stage, which it was. So that happened. So I was a bit disappointed. The guys in my dorm, 3 of the lads I was with all went to this event. One of them only got into 1, and that was episode 9 in Winterest. He applied for all 4. The other one got into episode 1 anniversary and Mandalorian. No, sorry, episode 1 anniversary. That's all he got into at Winterest. And I got into 2 streaming rooms. I was like, okay, I feel better. One of them applied as a group. Wait for it. He applied as a group for Mandalorian episode 1. He won both of which in Winterest. He was in a group. Episode 9, he didn't get anything. That's the only one he applied for. His group that he could have applied with got into episode 9 as well. So the issue I was finding out online, and everyone else, which I think was been a big part of Celebration, is that anybody that was in a group seemed to get into Winterest. But Winterest is the Celebration stage. People on even media guys I know had to apply. They're all in groups of 6. Guess what? All of these groups of 6s are at Winterest every day. And I was seeing a lot of people online that won nothing. You either won nothing or you won everything in a group. Now, I felt very lucky then that I got into 2 in the streaming rooms by myself.
Yeah.
For next year, if I do go, if they do keep the same situation, I'm going to be finding a group. I don't care. I'm just going to tweet people.
Well, if the 3 of us go, we'll just go, right, in our little group, a couple more people into it.
Because the odds of it is just, it's ridiculously done. It should be done on, if you've got into 1, you should be marked as you're in 1 already.
Yeah. We all know the odds are 3,720 to 1. You should know this.
Well, there's more like 8,000 to 1 in my case for this one.
Yeah.
That was
do we want to talk about your sneaky panel?
We'll get to that when we get to day 2. I won't give, but merchandise lottery wise.
Yep.
I won 0 out of the 3. Funko, Lego, Hasbro. One of my friends won 0 out of the 3. So the 6 people I knew attending, between 6 of us, there were 2 wins of Hasbro.
It's diabolical. It's diabolical.
And one of them that got a Hasbro one, he had 5 day tickets. So in theory, he had 5 applications. Another broken system. If you had a 5-day pass, you got 1 entry per person. If you had a 5-day pass, you basically get 5 per person.
Oh, that's
wow.
Yeah, that's
so again, something else they hadn't really took into account. So in theory, then between me and the 5 people, that's 15. Three things by 5 days. That's 15 in total between us. But if you had 5 people with 5-day passes, there's...
You're in.
I don't want to embarrass myself live on YouTube here, but
a lot. That's a lot of merch.
Yeah, there's 75 chances there. There's 3 people with 5-day passes trying to get into all 3, and it was absolutely bonkers. And luckily, my friend gave me a Hasbro one.
You mean 45? 3 with 15 is 45.
Sorry, my bad. I'm in my little world at this point. Yes. No, because if you've got 5 entries for £3, that's 15 per person, and if there's 5 of you, it's 75.
Oh, that's 3 people. That's 35. Okay, yeah.
It's a mess. Either
way, it's a broken system.
Nonsense. Yeah.
Either way, it's a broken system.
I get it was for queue control, but it didn't stop like people queuing for Funko like 2 hours before it went to the if you don't have a Funko, if you don't have a lottery win, you can come in. Whereas Hasbro was like, you don't have a lottery win, get off, get away. That was Hasbro's motto.
Wow.
Funko was like, join the queue and you'll have a chance. Legos was like, come back on Monday. But Hasbro was like, get off. It wasn't even just the exclusives. It wasn't even exclusive. It was just anything you wanted from Hasbro.
Oh, really? Just everything?
Anything. You wanted a lightsaber? Wow. You wanted some Black Series? You wanted some vintage? No lottery, no win. Get out. Like I said, I was very fortunate. The friend gave me his entry. They have made it home.
Yeah, I want them.
For anybody, MP3, I'm holding up my anniversary figures, which are beautiful, as Director Krennic would say. They have a fine place in my cabinet already. Fun fact, they were hand luggage for the flight home, wrapped up in bubble wrap and bags. And I had to really keep an eye on them because I got so paranoid. It reminds me of the time where the anniversary figures from 2017, I had to like get a Han Solo from like Scarborough down to Warwickshire on a train, which was like 4 hours. That was terrifying as well. But they made it home, they're safe. And I found out after I'd bought them that, they're going on sale at MCM London. So if they get battered on the plane, well, you could have waited. But it's nice to
get my hands on them. I will have them for my collection.
Everyone's going to get them. Dave can get them as well. We can send them up. But yeah, so that was a bit of intro going in. But going back to Thursday, I mean, like I said, I was just trying to scout out things. I picked up my Hasbros on the Thursday, get them nice and early, get them done, get them home, get them safe. I was very paranoid about getting them home because they're the one thing someone damaged. Then you had walking around, getting to the area. I didn't do much looking. I just did scouting essentially because it's a 5-day convention. I don't want to tie myself out after 2 days and do everything. I needed to get everything done across the 5 for me to get my money's worth. And then the store, I was talking about earlier, going back to it. So queued for 3 hours for the store. One of my friends had an ADA, so anyone who's got like a disability get an ADA wristband. You basically get a free VIP pass on top of your 5-day entry. You get to queue jump all of it. Still need a lot of ribbons, but still got to queue jump everything. So I saw them in the queue at 1 o'clock, and I was like, "Here's $50. Go buy me the Lando Hawaiian shirt," and they did. They got out of the shop 3 hours later because all of the tills broke on day 1. So all of the Jedi Master VIPs who got half an hour's early entrance were kept waiting 2 hours because the tills broke. And that had a knock-on effect to the ADAs and then going into that queue. And luckily for me, I left that queue after giving my friend the money. So I got to actually go around and explore on Thursday. But Thursday was a catastrophe. The app didn't work. So they kept saying, if you go on the app at 1 o'clock today, you're going to be able to go and reserve a wristband. Then 1 o'clock turned into, maybe they meant the hours backwards, like the base in like California way, where the time is different. Still nothing. And then you're if anyone's booked Cursed Child tickets, you go in this queue where there's a little man walking for the loading screen. It froze, and then they announced that night that the app broke, which everybody in attendance knew about. For some reason, if you used to be able to reserve to get into some panels, it only works on Android. So I managed to reserve like 5 panel entries, not the big ones, just like Doug Chang ones, like the smaller ones, Galaxy Twin Suns ones. And anyone on an iPhone, if you press reserve, it then like turned off the app. It broke it completely. The light speed, the other reservation system was completely broken. They didn't use it for the weekend, except on the Sunday and Monday for the shop, which at that point everything sorted out. So there's day 1. The app is broken. The lottery system is broken. And I'm not going to lie, I had pretty low expectations. I think a lot of people did. Gets to Friday, episode 9 panel. Now, this is where I can kind of include you guys in the conversation because I've been talking so long. Day 2, episode 9, which really felt like day 1. That was the day where it just clicked. Everything went well. It was beautiful. Then the convention got great. I was very fortunate to get into the Galaxy stage for the episode 9 panel. Like I said, I didn't win the lottery. The question is, how did George get in? And the answer to that is through the power of Twitter. There are some really good people on the internet. People were swapping codes with each other. They were swapping QR codes. They're being really kind. I love that side of the Star Wars fan base. And then you had me that screenshotted someone's tweet moaning that they could only get into one panel, decided to tweet their QR code. So I did not just screenshot that. I used it and got in. Now
we did know about this, but we don't condone anyone else. But
I don't condone it. But my issue is the person, not only did they moan, to which I screenshotted the tweet before they deleted it, they then tweeted saying they'd spent $300 buying a QR code off eBay to get into the episode 9 panel. So not only are they stupid enough to tweet a QR code, they're stupid enough to pay $300 to go into the room next door. Yes, the atmosphere would have been great, but you've just spent another $300.
Yeah.
And number 3, you've bought that ticket for that room, so I'm definitely having your seat now. Does it make me a bad person? I don't know. But I regret nothing. I got there at 6 a.m. on the guarantee my QR code would work. I got there mega early. I got row 3, which was the first row that anybody could have in the Galaxy stage that wasn't like for ADAs or for like reserve seating and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was very happy with that. And I don't need to talk about the panel. We've all seen the panel. The panel's great. If you haven't, go on YouTube. If you didn't know, episode 9 is called The Rise of Skywalker. If you didn't know that, what are you doing? Why are you watching this video? But the atmosphere in the Galaxy stage was great. I'd never done a streaming room. At Celebration 2016, I tried to get into 2 panels, successful on both. Obviously, I met you guys for the second one. Queuing overnight, got into Rogue One, got into Future Filmmakers, and they did streaming rooms there, which apparently worked fine. And I was a bit cautious, like, we're all going to be watching a stream together. The Wi-Fi is really good here. I could have streamed this myself. But credit where credit's due, the atmosphere was great. They had the warm-up host, they had Aussie Dave, they had loads of other things. They made it really fun. And then when the actual panel happened, it did feel like we were there. You had thousands of people chanting, doing the same thing. Billy D comes out, everyone claps. It felt very much like that. And obviously when that trailer came out, now if anyone's not seen it, I've recorded my room's reaction, just recorded the screen of the cheering.
It is incredible.
You wouldn't think that's a room streaming, like that's just streaming off the other room. It was insane. But you know what? That's what made it great. And episode 9, like I said, I don't need to go into detail on the panel, but that was one of the moments of the week. Not purely because I snuck into there as well. So I did end up getting into all 3 panels I wanted to go in, but I've got more on episode 1 later. But that was kind of the big one for that day. Day 2, like I said, I don't want to go on too long because I feel like I'm ranting. I got into the music of episode 1 panel by David W. Collins.
Yes.
That was without doubt one of my favorite panels. I love my soundtracks. I love my Star Wars scores. I love people analyzing music. And thanks to your recommendation, Dave, I've now got his podcast and got loads downloaded for the commute to work. I'm very surprised Lucasfilm haven't released this. They've released a lot of panels on YouTube. I'm actually quite disappointed they haven't released this one. This was great. Just going into detail, he mainly focused on Anakin's theme, Duel of the Fates, and the finale. But the way he was going to the music, I'm not a musician myself, but he had a keyboard there and he was doing easy explaining for a couple of things. But the comparisons he had, the knowledge of himself, and talking about his experience at Lucasfilm, that he worked on episodes 2 and 3. He got his job at Lucasfilm like 2 months before episode 1 came out. So he was so excited to go into episode 1 spoiler free. And then he bought the John Williams CD, as everyone famously did back then, and had it spoiled. And he said that was his worst experience because every other film he's worked on since. So that was his last ever experience of a spoiler-free Star Wars film, and it got spoiled by John Williams. But that was a great panel. I don't really know what else I can say about it. I wish it was online. I hope they upload it.
Yeah, it's if anyone is looking, it's called The Soundtrack Show. It is by David W. Collins. It is, if you're into your soundtracks and you movie music, absolutely go listen to this guy. He talks, his show's normally an hour. I mean, I think he did The Empire Strikes Back and he did over 3 shows. And he's broken down other Star Wars soundtracks as well. He is so knowledgeable in music and talked you through these so well and so in depth, but so interesting. I absolutely love his podcast. But the episode 9 panel, Phil and I watched the panel and we looked at the trailer, and just obviously your reaction on the trailer itself, George. I guess Phil and I both love this trailer. What were your thoughts?
When the TIE fighter came down, the opening shot, I was like, oh, this is cool. We're in the desert. And then I could hear that distant noise, but you didn't really know if it was just someone in the room or something. and then you hear it again. It's like, there's an effing TIE fighter. Well, TIE interceptor, I don't know what it is. And then she turns around and is like, no, this isn't. This is going to be incredible. And then when she ignites it, you get the switch. Then you get Kylo. Well, I'm assuming Kylo.
It is. I mean, you can easily see his actual. If there's the blown up shot where you see Kylo with the handles, when you zoom in, you can see the tabard. You can see the cloak. You can see his gloves.
How do we know it's not a Knight of Ren?
The more you look at it, the actual.
I do think it's Kylo, but how do we know it's not a Knight of Ren? Because we haven't seen their clothing yet. We haven't seen their clothing yet.
No, when you see the blown up picture of Kylo Ren versus that, it's just
don't chuck all your eggs in one basket.
We'll see. Anyway, go on.
And then you had the jump, which was great. And then episode 1 mirroring every saga has an ending, beginning, blah blah blah. I made an audible noise when Kylo Ren
did.
Annihilated that guy. That was the most American thing I've probably ever done in my life. I just sat there like he's rock bottomed him with his lightsaber, but he hasn't just gone to like stab him like with the main one. He's using the one that people moan about saying wouldn't do any damage. He has just killed this guy with it, lifted his body up, and slammed him to the ground like he was nothing. And I lost my shit. That was right. I'm really trying. I lost my mind. It was great. Then you had some really nice shots. Lando got a great reception. I think everyone was happy to see him. Just panel, film, whatever. When I wanted him to be back, I'm happy they brought him in. It's a great, nice moment with Leia. And then you had Mark Hamill's audio, and then you had the Emperor.
Yes.
The Death Star 2.
The Death Star 2, the Death Star 2. Some people didn't clock on. It reminded me of the Episode 7 trailer when you had the crashed Star Destroyer and it took you a couple of seconds to clock.
Yeah.
I was
Phil spotted Destroyer, but I missed it was the Death Star the first time I watched it.
See, I noticed it. I looked like, oh, that's cool. And then I was like, no, that's not cool. That's the Death Star.
It's the Venator class Star Destroyer that I noticed as well. It's like, we were chatting before. It's like, no, pause at 1:32 exactly, and you will see it is a Venator class Star Destroyer. It's like, wait, what? Oh, it is. So you got a Venator class Star Destroyer, Death Star 2, and then
the laugh,
the Emperor.
And what tops that? The name. I was really cool. I was like, deep down, I love the name. It's grown on me, but it's not what I don't think it's what anybody expected.
How was the reaction in your room?
It was electric.
It wasn't captured when Ian McDiarmid then came out.
Oh,
and then rolled it again.
When they came to Ian McDiarmid, everybody was screaming and losing their minds. And then just the simple roll it again in the Emperor voice.
Again.
And then he dropped the mic and left. Because the fact that the cast had emptied, it was just him. And they played the trailer again. That was nice. If I'd have known he was coming out, I probably would have kept recording. But it was great. I mean, I loved it. It's a fantastic trailer. I saw your guys' analysis of it. It's weird to come out a week later.
Yeah,
it feels so fresh. It does not feel like it was 9-10 days ago now. And I was messaging you guys like, Endgame's out in 2 days. I don't care about Endgame anymore. I just want to see Star Wars. and I just physically can't get excited for Marvel. I'm going to be sat in my chair at midnight, and I just know they're going to play the Star Wars trailer. There's going to be one person that gets up and leaves after it's me.
Yeah.
But no, I can't wait. It was a fantastic panel, a great trailer. It was a great introduction. They gave nothing away. Hats off to them. Other things for Monday, the Hasbro panel, which we've kind of got a couple of announcements we'll go over later, was actually quite a disappointing panel in respect to the usual Hasbro stuff.
I was very disappointed with the Hasbro panel.
Yeah, the Vader Immortal, I didn't go to that. But they gave out free posters. I bagged a free poster via one of my doormates. And then the one thing I did miss, which I was very tired, which I just didn't stay for, was the I Am Making solo. Now, deep down, I'm happy I missed that because it was Friday where I did end up going to the Star Wars Celebration store. I was leaving. It was like 5 o'clock. I was very tired. And I was like, I'm just going to go back to the coaches, guys. And then I was walking back. And then the Celebration store queue had reopened. They lifted the tape. There was probably one row of queues. I was like, oh, is this open? Like, yeah, I was charged. And then other people clocked on. I still waited an hour. And I was probably in the end of the first row to go in. I was still waiting 1 hour to get in. I went in, did everything there still. So obviously I've already got my Lando top from the day before. I was like, oh my God, I don't trust myself. What am I going to do? The Mandalorian top had sold out. which is what I wanted. So they did tops, which was the key art. They did the Boon to Reeve pod racing top, which is one I really wanted, which I got to wear for the episode 1 panel. Then they had I got the Kylo Ren Celebration 2019 top. Then I picked up the Maul jacket. I thought, I mean, it looked great online, but I didn't like the front. I really didn't like the front when I saw it online. I was looking at it in person. I was like, this is stunning. I checked; they had my size as well, 2XL, and I had things in my hand. I was like, do I get the t-shirts? Do I get the Maul jacket? T-shirts, Maul jacket. T-shirts, Maul lanyard, Maul jacket, and this pile kept growing. And then I just decided, let's buy it all. And now there is a Darth Maul baseball jacket, which is really nice. I didn't buy the episode 1, and at this point, I made a first decision. I should have bought a patch. They all sold out the next day because I kind of wish I had one.
I had to tell you to get you a patch if you could, but no, that didn't.
No, I forgot. At this point, I was actually I was in the zone. I was like, I shouldn't be in the store, but I am. And the irony is, I actually get patches now. I decided the day after that I was going to start getting patches from all the events I attend of the Droid Club.
You know my collection of patches.
I've got 3 now. Going off topic, I've got Celebration 2016 R2 Builders Club, Anchetow Island from when I obviously went to Skellig Michael, and the R2 Winter Legoland from last year. So I decided literally on the Saturday afternoon I'm going to start getting patches. I had one of these. I bought the other 2. I was like, oh, I really regret not buying the patch.
I am part of a Star Wars patch collectors group. I'll make sure to add you to that. You missed on about 20 of them out there.
That's fine. People were the only way to get it.
This group. We will talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But that was Friday. Friday was a great day. Episode 9 panel. I snuck into you guys' YouTube video, and then we get day 3, which is the Saturday. Now, I told you guys before, Saturday for me was my autograph day. I booked everything for the Saturday. I altered everything for the Saturday. I completely chose not to do any panels because, I mean, the way convention queues are. And I won't go through every detail. I'll go on like the main one. So the key thing for me was Hayden Christensen. Obviously, you pre-pay for autographs online. They give you a time slot, which they don't do in England, for your autograph.
With your Darth Plagueis the Wise t-shirt, which I love the fact that you have that in your photo. It's just, it makes it. I love it.
So I ordered that. I was spent ages. I need a top when I get a picture of Anakin. I was trying to find. I don't like sand. Too obvious. The top looked rubbish. I saw that the prequels are really good. I don't need to wear that because that does not need to be represented on a t-shirt. They are quality. They aren't good. And then I saw this online on Amazon. Have you ever tried that place? I got Prime. I was like, I want this on. This was going to arrive on Sunday. I was flying Tuesday. They then said, we've had a delay. This is coming on Tuesday. I was like, rescheduled delivery Sunday. They said it's coming on Tuesday. I pressed rescheduled delivery Sunday. Then Sunday came. It said it's been dispatched. It's coming on Tuesday. I was like, rescheduled delivery Monday. Did it about 5 times. And on Monday it turned up. I think they got the memo. And that went because I had a backup top in case it wasn't a prequel. It was just a normal Star Wars top. And then I took that in the suitcase and I got to wear it for the photo. So Hayden, I'm not going to go into details of each autograph person I got, like the experience. I'll just quickly over Hayden's was interesting. So I don't like tops. Bit of background: tops are a horrible company. They overcharge everyone. From what I hear, they treat their guests awfully. They're very slow with their contracts as well. Obviously, this year they've bumped up a lot of prices, which we all know about. We didn't get any $250 Genersos, but Anakin went...
Yeah, we missed our rant for this year.
Anakin went from 125 to 200, which is bad, and he still sold out first. What I want to say about him is that I got to the queue. I was the 3rd person there for him signing on his day. I found a back route to the autograph queue, so you can actually jump 3/4 of the people. You went for the side of the tattoo pavilion. Then you're suddenly... I was like on the right of the door where all the actors chill out. I don't think they knew about that, but security didn't really care. And I was 3rd in the queue for Hayden. Now, convention, some people have them in booths, so you can't see them. It was the case of Celebration, like Hamill, Carey, Auntie Daniels. The only person in the booth was Hayden. And it was all curtained off and everything. You couldn't see him. And then he turned up at 11, and the first thing he said is, "Excuse me, could you open it up?" So he wanted to see all the fans. He's exactly what I thought he'd be like. Really humble and really nice. I wouldn't say nervous, but you can tell that he's got respect for his fans. He shook my hand. He said, "Oh, you've come from England." That's my pickup line for that entirety of meeting famous people. "You've come from England. I've come all this way to see you." What an experience. Hayden was lovely. They said I couldn't have a quote or a personalization. before, and then he proceeded to ask me for my name to personalize it myself. Quite clearly, Tops were trying to rush him on with everyone to get through as many as he can. And he was chatting with us. He was chatting as much as he could. You could tell he was conversations in him. And also made it abundantly clear why Mark Hamill wasn't just there, why he definitely wasn't signing under Tops, why he's never done a private signing with Tops. Same Anthony Daniels. The rumours about Orlando is definitely true, where he fell out of Tops during that event. I could easily see that. Hayden was really nice. I also I was meant to meet Ian McDermott at 5 o'clock that night, but I just walked into the queue next to me, zoomed into my QR codes. They couldn't see my time, and it still scanned and worked. So I got Ian McDermott straight to Hayden. He was nice. He got my episode 3 poster. Ahmed Best was lovely. I spoke to him about, I did a uni project on motion capture. Spoke to him about 1,000 words on Jar Jar Binks. He's like, what? He's like, you gave a lecture about Jar Jar Binks. I was like, yeah. I was like, I loved every minute of it. He was really nice. I asked him, when you do your tour, are you coming to England? He said there's going to be shows across England, which I was really kind of happy with because it all gone a bit quiet about the organisation of that. Erin Kellyman, Enfys Nests. Straight away, you're from England. I am too. You've come all this way. I was like, yep. She goes, where are you from? I said, Warwickshire. She's from Birmingham. She's just down the road from me. She was really nice. You could tell she wanted to chat more. Because I think it was her first time signing. There was a couple of weird Americans, as they usually are, without stereotyping. But the kind of, she was probably happy to see someone from home
down the road, that
wasn't a bit weird and creepy. Forrest Whitaker was there. He signed Rogue One. Very odd individual. He was nice, but quite, what's the word? He definitely wasn't rude. I didn't really know. Like he was a very weird experience. He was nice. He shook my hand, said hi and stuff. But it felt like he was daydreaming. Like I was speaking with him and I didn't really know if he understood what I was saying. I don't know if it's some English or something. But he was really nice. But at the same time, when I say it's weird that he was at Celebration, he definitely wasn't high, but you couldn't not mistake it. But Forrest was nice, and then I think that's the 5 I got, and then I bumped into John Knoll on the Sunday, who signed my Rogue One poster. He was just casually by the Lego booth. No one really noticed it was him. This guy created Rogue One, and he signed my poster. He looked a bit not unwilling, but he looked a bit hesitant at the beginning. Probably more the fact I approached him more than anything. Like I said, I think he probably didn't want loads of people to start approaching him.
Yeah.
But he probably didn't mind me because I was the only one that did. And I don't think the others probably actually recognised him. But then on my autograph day Saturday, there was the Rebels Remembered panel.
Yes.
I had a reservation. I didn't go. I mean, I'd have loved to have seen Filoni talk, but I physically could not have made that panel.
I'd certainly recommend the Rebels Remembered panel. It was a really nice. It was like an hour panel.
It's a good watch back, but it wasn't necessary for anything new.
No, it is covering all ground. Filoni being able to speak a little bit more than normal, but literally it was covering what they did.
Filoni had a very, very busy celebration this year.
Oh, yeah. He's a unit, man. He's everywhere. I mean, not even the cosplayers with the cowboy hat. He was everywhere. There was nothing he's not working on at Lucasfilm right now.
Yeah.
I don't know how he can do it, to be fair. But he's an absolute legend. Then we had the Jedi Fallen Order panel. Again, I missed that. One of the guys in my dorm went. He nabbed me a poster. I believe they gave out free pins. I said, you can keep the pin, you can trade it. I'm not into that weird thing. I've got nothing against the pins, but the collectors were very odd. Some people were odd. Most of them are fine. But I think there's a dirty second market there where people had loads of these rare pins selling them for $50 in their booths, which people are trying to report to Lucasfilm. But anyway, I missed that panel. Saw the trailer. Looks fine. I think it'll be E3 where we get gameplay, and I'm looking forward to it. And that was Saturday. Like I said, autograph day. Didn't really do much. Didn't do much exploring. Then we had Sunday, The Mandalorian, day 4.
Yes. Let's do Mandalorian all over again. Let's do
it. Let's do Mandalorian. Let's talk about the Mandalorian.
That was the best panel of the weekend. Best panel without a shadow of a doubt. I loved episode 9, but they weren't allowed to give anything away in episode 9. Whereas Mandalorian, they're selling us a new series. They were able to give as much as they could.
Yeah.
The atmosphere was nice. It wasn't like episode 9, wow. It was like, ooh. But anytime something was shown, you'd get ooh from the crowd, not cheering. Nice atmosphere. Was in Twin Sun stage. I don't want to dissect the panel too much because you guys covered it. all I'm going to say is that obviously I was able to see certain things, which may or not have leaked online after I've seen them.
That we may or may not have seen. Or discussed.
Phil and I have seen everything that you saw.
That's fine.
Out, so yeah,
we've seen it all, discussed it all, loved it all.
Beautiful. Everything they showed is incredible. Whether it's pictures, whether it's footage, whether it's behind the scenes, a trailer, a clip, another behind the scenes, everything's going so well for this production.
It's the Razor's Crest actual model fly passes that are just
like the original. I always remember the Empire of Dreams mystery, where the show's Lucas blowing up all the models, and they're like, they've done this like with modern technology, with the rigs and everything. And John Knoll did this in his garage at home. I want to know what kind of garage can come up with things like that.
Anyone who's working at ILM, their garage will just impress you to no end. I can always guarantee it.
Oh yeah, they've probably got their own workshops going. There's like a secret underground club, but whose garage can't be the next? But it was a nice atmosphere. The footage was great. I think that footage was from a Taika Waititi episode, purely because of the burning. The monkey on the Spirit was funny.
That was excellent.
The Salacious Crumb. What was it? I can't remember the name of it.
It's a something monkey, isn't it?
It is. Yes.
Yeah.
When they cut to the one in the cage, I just was like pissing myself laughing, and everyone else was. That was so brutal. That's so funny, and that's Taika Waititi's episode. Like, you just know, but it was so cruel and so brilliant at the same time. That was beautiful. And then seeing the troopers, the old, like it reminds me, well, not that we were there, but like sort of like Nazi Germany, that when they were hunting down. Troopers. Well, it was more like, like post World War II, they were hunting down the remaining Nazis. Yeah. I got that vibe from it, that they're locked up in this room and everything. And I was like, this is set post episode 6. This is going to be fun. And then everything was great. Gus from Breaking Bad as the villain. I wish he was at the panel, but when Carl Weathers gets up and starts shouting Apollo Creed quotes,
yes.
I do wish I was in the main room for that one. That's the only thing I wish I could have sort of witnessed firsthand. But that panel was great. They've also confirmed since that the first episode is going to be online. Like, we already knew it was going to be online when Disney Plus launches. It is going to be, as in one episode is going to go up. It's not going to be the entire show on launch, which is the main question I had going into that weekend.
Because it's the same with Clone Wars as well.
Oh yeah, Clone Wars it's going to be harder for Clone Wars because the episodes are so short. And I've always binged Clone Wars. I've never been held back.
I think a lot of people with Clone Wars might let it just kind of the episodes launch and then binge it once the series is available.
That's what I might, until it gets to the Mandalore stuff, which hasn't been covered before. But certainly Bad Batch, I don't mind waiting. But we had the Clone Wars panel on the Sunday as well. I mean, Mando and I nabbed a couple of posters. I had to trade it to get some posters off the other one, so I couldn't bring any home. But I did spend the entire afternoon waiting at the back of the Star Wars show in the hope that they would come out. Turned out 150 other people had the same idea as me, so they took them through a different exit.
Right.
If only one person got Pedro Pascal's autograph, and then the guy put a picture on Facebook. He got Pedro and Gina Carano on the Mandalorian poster, which
nice.
I don't think I've ever been more jealous of.
Nice. Yeah.
To have like two of the main three within like within 2 hours of it being released, the poster, that's very impressive. But I'm very excited for that show. I think that was.
I hope he kept it though. I hope he didn't sell it.
Oh no, he's in a Facebook collector's group I'm in. He's definitely not sold that. He's definitely kept that. But that was my panel of the entire event. Clone Wars panel was next. I've seen the panel now through the YouTube catch up. Two of my friends went in there. Now, because I was waiting for the Mandalorian autographs, I did actually sacrifice Clone Wars. From what I hear, so the way the celebration stage worked is that after the opening panel of each day, so obviously Sunday was Mandalorian, you didn't actually have to leave your seat. So people basically stayed from the Mandalorian to the Alan Tudyk one, stayed there to then get to Clone Wars. Now, Clone Wars you could still get into. I just chose not to go.
Yeah.
I used the Sunday. I hadn't explored too much. So I started going around, doing a bit of exploring a bit more, going across the stalls, individual stuff like that. Got to catch the Clone Wars trailer on the Star Wars show as it aired, which looked great. Met with my friends. Then on the Sunday, we did like all the photo opportunities, all that. And then there was also a panel which I've missed, which I need to catch online, which was the Doug Chiang Evolution of Episode 1 design. I was gutted that I missed that one, but the timings were just too off to get to for what I was doing. But Sunday was the calm before the storm, and then day 5, Episode 1. I don't know if I'm waffling on again at this point, but episode 1 panel, I was very fortunate. My friend had a ticket for Wintrust. He messaged me literally at like 10:15 saying they didn't scan my barcode when I went in. So here's my barcode for you to come in and watch. So I literally ran from the Galaxy stage straight to the Wintrust, got in. Security there was mega. But I got into the episode 1 panel. I got a good view from where I was sitting. I was very, very excited. This could have been the panel to have stolen. I said before this This is going to be the panel of the entire event, or it's going to be really disappointing.
Boy, did it fall in one of those brackets.
Yeah, like the first half, like when they brought out like Doug Chang, John Knoll, Matt Wood, and I forgot her name. Was it Jean? I forgot her name. The woman part of ILM. Sorry. I loved all this behind the scenes stuff for half an hour, especially when those guys were respectively like head of art, head of CG, head of sound, and head of second in command to ILM.
Yeah,
that was a really nice swing on episode 1. All the 4 of them talking with each other. You know, I couldn't have done my CGI without your sound, so we could actually listen to how they said, you know, yours improved mine, mine improved yours, blah blah blah. And then it was 30:30. I was like, oh, there's half an hour left. Then they brought out Ray Park and Ian McDiarmid, who Ray Park did nice to me, like a mini tribute to Keith Flint from The Prodigy, talking about how he got in this. They were talking about things I hadn't heard before. Certainly Ray Park was. Most of it's been said before. But obviously McDiarmid was just avoiding episode 9 questions. Then it gets to quarter 2, and I'm there like, is there going to be any guests? And then Ahmed Best came out with, oh my God. Anthony Daniels. Ahmed Best, great reaction. Great reaction, nice reaction. He was good talking. I enjoyed the talk. And then it just turned into, we're chatting about 1999 and Star Wars Celebration 1. I was like, okay, it's now bang on 12 o'clock. This panel's finishing. So and now we just have a message from George Lucas, and I was there like, okay. Did they show this on the live stream?
They showed the. I mean, I've seen the video of it. It looks like his phone shoved in his face.
Yeah, he's in like in an office, and you can hear it.
Yeah,
you can hear the background. He's like, and to be fair to me, he's like to anybody that's in that room, you cleared of episode 1, so I love you. Is that episode 1's my favorite Star Wars film I ever worked on. At this point, I can just sense the fanboy tears from certain individuals, like in the other rooms, in the other buildings. And then that was it. It's done. Warwick Davis, like, it's done. I was like, okay, no Ewan, no Liam, no Natalie, no Frank Oz, no Lucas.
Yeah.
No. I was kind of disappointed. Like, I mean, I enjoyed it still.
There's a reason why I haven't bothered to watch this panel back.
It was so disappointing that there was nothing there. That, yes, it was great the first half hour. You're right. It was a lovely watch.
Half hour.
But it was so disappointing. What you're right. It could have stolen the weekend had they booked this right.
And I think what made it worse was how good the 40th anniversary panel was in 2017. That's why there was such high expectation. And
yes,
you know, not to compare them, obviously it's 40 years of the original versus 20 years of the prequels, but the fact that Liam Neeson sent a video to that, Sam Jackson sent a video to that, Ewan was Ewan was at Disneyland, nothing happened.
Yeah,
still very coy on whether something will be announced. I fingers crossed there is eventually, but I thought, you know, someone might have turned up or sent a video, but no, only George Lucas sent a video. There was no John Williams behind the curtain.
Just gives kind of a bit of a damp squid to it, or like, oh, we're kind of finishing, and
and I was straight out. They didn't even give us a free poster. That annoyed me more. Like they had this brand new poster on the stage. I was like, oh, we can get these for free at the end. This looks really nice. Nope. And then I saw a post from Disney the next day saying, on May the 4th, if you come to the Disney store, you'll get this free episode 1 poster. It's like, why didn't you give it to us at Celebration? It was that exact poster. But no, I was disappointed. It was sad because it was a great 5 days. And then Monday, we just kind of chilled, walk around, did the last couple of things we needed to do. Can't even remember what that was. No, I can't.
And then there was the
closing panel, which the highlight of the closing ceremony.
Dave and I were messaging it. We should have learned. We did not. How did we not learn all?
We only went there because we literally just didn't want to leave that early. The coaches weren't running yet to get us out to the hotel. And we just went. We got the first row behind VIPs, and it filled up. And then they said, anyone that's not a VIP, you can now sit in the VIP seats because it really filled up. The funnest part of that was they were playing. What's that game? And there's a picture on the screen. There's the name and a four words descriptions. You got to describe them without saying these 4 words. So they're Jar Jar Binks on the screen. You couldn't say gun, like keywords.
Yeah.
And the highlight of the ceremony was people playing that before. I kind of wish I went up to play, but someone that did a description, he just said Alan Tudyk, like, no, you can't say that's his name. He's like, it wasn't on the screen.
Yeah.
But no, and then we had the only announcement from that day, which was the close. 2020, they had a 10-minute build-up.
Yep.
I was so excited, and then it was Anaheim.
Anaheim.
Yeah, because they didn't have it in 2015, did they? I was really disappointed.
So much rotating it between
Europe and America, right?
Europe and America, yeah.
3 out of the last 4 now.
Yeah.
And it was meant to be.
It's 10 out of the 14.
10 out of 14 America. So you've had 3 Europes and 1 Japan. 20 years. Wow, it's depressing. It's made it even worse. They said they were going to rotate it. They didn't do one in 2018, which would have been Europe's. And then it took me a couple of minutes to clock on, though. What's at Anaheim?
Yep.
Star Wars Land. How many Star Wars Land adverts? Oh, the Wi-Fi was called Galaxy's Edge Wi-Fi for the event, guys.
The whole event obviously you didn't see a lot of this, but the whole streaming event, when it
Sponsored by Galaxy's Edge, probably?
It wasn't even sponsored by Galaxy's Edge. Everything was about Galaxy's Edge. So they'd show you the merchandise that was going to be available there, and they'd show you what was in the park, and everything was. It was like a big advert for Galaxy's Edge all through the weekend of streaming.
I had that vibe from being.
Unfortunately, I missed that in a way.
What?
Not unfortunately, it got really tiresome.
No, so unfortunate I missed that.
Sorry, it's unfortunate. It was such a big push against it. To be honest, by the end of the weekend, I was sick to my back teeth of hearing about Galaxy's Edge.
That's the only area I didn't go to. I didn't want to queue an hour to look at merchandise which are going to go on sale next year, when I've already seen them all on the Star Wars Show live stage.
The lightsabers are pretty awesome, though.
It's going to be incredible.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be marketed.
No, not at all.
No.
Not to that audience.
No,
from a business point of view, I can understand why they do it, but from a fan perspective, you've oversaturated your own event.
Yeah, like if it's D23, I get it.
Yeah.
But at Star Wars Celebration, some of the merch they've got as well is sickening because they could be normal merch, but they've clearly delayed them and waited for them to be. I get some of it's more niche, like they might not want Ahsoka's lightsabers to be Black Series and sent around the world. That's fair. But some of them, like the build your own like robotic droid, like come on, like we could be able to do that. And but with Anaheim, it's sad because I was there like F Anaheim, and then I stepped out of that room like it's all over now.
I want to go to Anaheim.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go home. I want to go to Anaheim. I rang my sister I was like, we're going to Anaheim. When? Next year. When? They haven't told us. I'm just going.
Yeah.
It's been a week now. I really want to go. I'm trying everything in my power to go. Unless they announce, I cannot do anything without an announcement of a date.
Yeah.
People apparently have been ringing up the convention center, asking what are you booked up next year?
Yeah.
And the conventions had to say, we've got nothing planned. I didn't realize it is literally a 3-minute walk from Star Wars Land.
Really?
Anaheim Convention Center is literally if you look at where the XL was, where we had Celebration 2016, Disney World is the River Thames.
Wow. Okay.
It is there. And
which means
everyone going
Star Wars Celebration 5 days, which means we tackle a couple extra days for Galaxy's Edge.
And I thought that was really bad. And then I actually thought about it a bit more. I was like, you know what? If that saves me one day, because my plan was to wait a couple of years for Galaxy's Edge to pipe down. Now it's if I can get 2 days in with hopefully a 4-day celebration, not a 5-day.
Mm-hmm.
If I can squeeze in 2 days at Star Wars Land, I would be very happy because it's 2 birds with 1 stone.
Although all I can say is our collective wallets will cry.
I don't know what to do because there's the combination of having a celebration, potentially having the new cast's first signing session with being at Star Wars Land. Now, Star Wars Land, they're trying to sell everyone Jedi robes, which is insane because, there are flights to get home. They're trying to, I mean, if you're American, so I think Star Wars Land's going to be better. If you're like international, you're going to have to post half your stuff home.
Back home, yeah.
Or you're going to have to buy a second case because some of that stuff is just too big.
That is one good thing about Disney. I say you can literally, whatever you buy there, you can have it then shipped. You don't have to take it there and then they will ship it home for you. But then obviously you've got the costs involved in that as well.
Exactly. And I think I want to go. I really want to go. I'm going to try and find the time and the finances to go. If I don't, it will be a shame because I think as a collective decision, I cannot do Celebration without going to Star Wars Land.
Yeah.
And I cannot do Star Wars Land now without going to that Celebration. And I respect and disrespect Disney at the same time for it because by putting them together, it means everyone goes to Star Wars Land, which I guess is what they want.
Yeah.
Because I think people would be making decisions, Star Wars Land or Celebration. Now the decision is just simply how much longer do we stay for?
I would hope that if they did this, and it's at Anaheim, and they're going to give, I would hope they'd give 1 day, or at least say this is only
a discount to those in attendance.
If you're in Celebration, this day is only open for Celebration users, so they don't have to go and mingle with the general public. So you're not going to do it's massively packed that you're getting a bypass where you go right Celebration today. If you're at Celebration, you can come to the park, and you're not going to get everybody else. It's just for you guys. That's what I think would be a really nice move if they're going to do that.
I hope so. But like I said, looking back, I think it was actually the fair business point to put it there. Now, if we don't get one in England, I'm going to go, well, in Europe, sorry. 2021, I'm going to lose my head. 2020, you had a guarantee of a celebration. 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. You've got Mandalorian Season 2, Cassian Season 1, and Clone Wars done and dusted, plus announcements.
Yeah,
next year justifies a celebration. We don't know what's happening past next year.
Yeah.
No. But that's my kind of summary of Star Wars Celebration. Now, I've got a couple of other announcements that we may or may not have covered. I went around and did a quick. This is like a mini episode now. But shall I do the announcements and then ask questions? Or?
Go for it. Yeah.
So the announcements that I've kind of found across the weekend. So Lego have done 2. The disappointing 20th anniversary Lego panel. Actually, I've missed one thing off there. Matt Wood did a spoiler, but I'll talk that about after. They've announced the Tantine IV set. It's going to have 1,768 pieces. And this was announced at the panel. And then it went on sale to people at Celebration who already had a lottery. So you had a lottery the day before that, you didn't get one. But if you did after, you got a free, well, not free, but you paid for a Tantine IV Lego. It looks like it should be a collector series, but then it looks way too small in pieces.
It is. It's they've put the box design is literally like it's a little collector series, but it's absolutely not. It is just a
normal size thing.
Last time, yeah, it's better. Like they've upped it and they've upped the scale a bit and they've made it look better, but it is not
UCS.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be doing for the Lego always do each month. If you spend this, you'll get a free this. They've announced in May they're going to be doing a tiny Battle of the Hoth. Which is going to be free when you spend about £40, probably about $60. That got leaked online. It's just tiny Battle of Hoth set. It's not really worth anything. Yeah. Hasbro had the more interesting stuff. Sorry, I'm going to jump back to Lego. Matt Wood did an interview on the Star Wars show. He let slip that he's been working on the new Lego Star Wars game.
Yep.
Now, there are rumors that this is going to be episodes 1 to 9. That it's going to tie in with not just episode 9, but the 20th anniversary of Lego Star Wars. Makes sense. Makes sense why they haven't remastered the 1 to 6 complete saga.
Yep.
I will be there on release day if that is true. It's 1 to 9. I'm excited. Mad respect for Matt Wood for leaking that because Lego really didn't do well of announcing things. Going back to Hasbro, their panel was boring. They didn't actually announce that much compared to what they do at all the other events. So they've announced, which we knew, that the Luke Dagobah won the 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back poll.
Which I'm sure it did.
It was a shocking decision. It should have been Lobot. Justice for Lobot.
You know there was no poll, right?
Yeah, it was like was it the other year when they completely
Afra.
rigged it?
Yeah.
They rigged it for Afra. And personally, I wasn't disappointed with that because I love Afra. But at the same time, they completely rigged it.
They know exactly what they're doing.
When they showed up, there's no way Luke Dagobah wins that poll.
No, not in a million years. And they've confirmed that there's now not just going to be one Galaxy's Edge exclusive Black Series set. There's going to be 3. Yeah. So we've got the First Order one, which we knew about.
Yeah.
Which
one I don't care about that. It's the fact they have Hondo It's a Black Series exclusive to Galaxy's Edge that pisses me off no end. I love Hondo's pieces.
He'll
Loving
get
the Clone
released.
Wars, loving Rebels. He's one of my favorite Star Wars characters. I go, cool.
He'll get released normally. So what?
He
First
better.
order, you've got Ren, Commander Pyre. Is it a Flame Trooper and some new trooper?
It's the Mountain Trooper.
You've got Smuggler's Run, which is Rey,
Yeah.
Hondo,
And Chewie.
Chewie. I've forgotten the others already. And then we've got the Droid Depot, which is the new DJ Rex R3X, they keep calling him, with some droids. So there's 3 sets. They were on.
There's the Star Tours droid in there as well, which is really cool. But
It's
DJ Rex is the Star Tours droid.
True, yeah.
He's going to be a DJ.
and then they've confirmed, which we knew, the Black Series Emperor from Episode 6 on his chair with his lightning. That's already on pre-order.
Which will probably be designated D2 because Deluxe 2 because Grievous was D1.
Yeah, no, I think that's what they've been saying to it.
Mm.
They announced the San Diego exclusives. You've got the Vintage Collection triple pack of Luke, 3.79 inches. It's just Luke as pilot, Luke as...
It's X-Wing Luke, it's Jedi Knight Luke, and it's
Is it Hoth?
Dagobah Luke as well, I think.
It looks okay.
I'm going to get it because I've got the Afro.
I've got the Afro
set as well.
I think I'm going to get rid of him. Boba 40th anniversary, Empire Strikes Back. Took me a couple of minutes to realize that they're a bit early, aren't they, by a year? Then you realize that Boba Fett came out in 1979. That's going to be a very expensive exclusive, I feel. Then they've got the prototype 3.75 inches. I'm calling it Colourful Vader.
Yeah, I want that as well. I want basically those exclusives. I just went, yes, I want all of them.
You want
all of them.
Then there's Black Series Archive Wave 2, which is Anakin Episode 3, Yoda, Maul, and Biker Scout. Because you're going to need to put your Yoda in your unrigged 40th anniversary Luke on Dagobah with a backpack.
Yeah, absolutely. Because otherwise, it probably won't be weighted right.
Yeah.
Yoda in his backpack.
It's going to fall back, and people's going to be gluing the bottom. Then
yeah.
the Pozu announced 2 new shoes. No one really cares about Pozu anymore. Their exclusive was shocking. It sold out straight away, and it should have just been on their website as normal. Also, the Pozu exclusive was on sale in the Celebrations or not on the Pozu store, which made no sense at the event. Then we got some Episode 9 stuff. We got the reveal of all the packaging for Episode 9. Kylo Ren looking angry with a couple of red marks in his helmet.
Disappointed with that, to be honest. The design for the toy packaging, I was hoping you'd get a bit more, but just that overbearing Kylo is a bit like, oh, all right.
They did it for 8 was nice. 7 was perfect. 9 was kind of like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be Ren or the trio, right? And
yeah.
I mean, just at the trio, so it made sense. I'd like to maybe I'm guessing they're just trying to be really coy with what they reveal.
Do have to be very careful, of course, to make sure there's no spoilers involved.
Well, that's the other thing. And then they've released the first batch of Topps trading cards. We have the 10-card top set, Mind's En Route. It's been dispatched. It was available for a week only, which doesn't actually make much sense. Then we have the Rise of Skywalker t-shirt and poster via Amazon, which I now have both of it arrived at home. They were pre-order options. Could have bought the t-shirt celebration for $15 more than Amazon, but you're a fool if you think queuing in the morning for that was worth it. Then we got Fallen Order. They announced a pre-order bonus, which is just going to be cosmetics to the Jordan lightsaber. If you go on the Battlefront 2 main menu, you get 10% off the pre-order for £63, not 70 GBP. If you do it via there, I'm going to have a look into it. And they're doing an Art of book coming November 19th. Then the other announcements we kind of had, the most disappointing title for Anthony Daniels' book, I Am C-3PO.
Yeah.
It should have definitely been
Telling the odds.
Yeah.
I think most people would have got it too. And if they didn't get it, they'd have seen a giant C-3PO face on the book cover.
Yeah.
You know?
It seems strange that was the title. Like, and the book people said this should be the title. I was like, oh, yeah, it's a good title. No, it's not. It sounds like a kid's book.
He was clearly disappointed as well.
Yeah.
He probably loved it anyway, but he was disappointed.
He'll talk about it anyway. At nauseum.
Funko announced their exclusive.
He can retire now.
He's never going to retire. He is C-3PO. Funko announced their exclusive, which there's only one, and it's a Galaxy's Edge exclusive for DJ Rex. I can't wait to see how much that goes for online. If you can only get it at Star Wars Land, and that's opening, May the 31st? Can you imagine the prices on May the 31st?
Oh, God, yeah.
It was the set of 9 for the celebration ones. That
they're going for about $700, weren't they?
My jaw hit the floor. I'm sorry, but I can't even imagine someone paying for that.
Someone would have.
It's people that you see now who are after celebration and there are people posting online who obviously did the same thing that they did with the Hasbro panel, where they got a ticket, so they were going every day and getting the same thing over and over again. It was like 5 of each one, and
Hasbro marked everyone's lanyards, so I was given a second lanyard. A second Hasbro QR code.
Yeah.
I literally couldn't go in because I tried like nail varnish remover on my thing; it still wouldn't remove it.
Yeah.
So Hasbro, fair play to them, did get very strict.
Yeah. Funko apparently were not the same.
And Funko were easy. If you had different staffing, you could get in each day.
Yeah.
So people scanning their QR codes twice, saying, "Oh, don't know why it's not working," things like that. But that was a shame. But it was going to happen. And then, to me, a very cool announcement. The Taschen do really good books. They did a Star Wars episode 4 to 6 one. They have announced they're doing a Star Wars episodes 1 to 3 Taschen book, and that's going to be coming the end of 2020. That was announced via Twitter rather than apparently the author said he got asked so much he just put it on Twitter instead. And at the event, because he was doing a signing, I think, on the Taschen books.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "When are you doing the prequels?" So he just tweeted it in the end. So I'm doing the prequels. Stop harassing me. But no, they felt like all the announcements. I don't think I missed anything major. There wasn't really that many announcements compared to other celebrations. I think because they're being quite coy, but also everything was for Galaxy's Edge.
Basically, yeah, everything's for Galaxy's Edge, or then literally like telling you that everything good is coming in November and December, the Star Wars world. And you're right, there wasn't a great deal of announcement overall. I think, other than what we knew.
Well, October, November, December is going to be very good. Because October, you got Force Friday. November is all the new
Friday, isn't it?
content. And then, it's a triple header. And then, of course, in December, we get episode 9. So October, November, December, they are ramping up.
Oh, Mandalorian comes out in the space of 3 days with Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
And Clone Wars.
It's just, there's so much stuff coming in this year. It's going to be quite unreal to kind of talk about everything because there's so much coming. There really is.
And you know what's coming next? D23 in August.
Ooh.
You know they've been holding off on announcements for that too.
Rise of Skywalker trailer 2.
No, I'm saying the first poster. So we got the first episode 8 poster, right, in 2017 at Celebration. We didn't get a poster for this. We got the generic one, which everyone gets. But I think D23, they're going to do some form of announcements. Because that's all Disney. Disney will basically, Funko probably have an entire Disney panel. And that's where they'll announce like the next, they'll probably confirm more Disney Plus things. Yeah. I reckon they'll confirm more Mandalorian things. And I feel a Star Wars poster. I don't think they'll do a trailer. I think they'll do what Endgame did and what Episode 8 did. Teaser at Celebration, trailer in October, cinema in
So that'll be on ESPN on Monday Night Football, which means I'll be up late watching it.
I'll set my 1 a.m. alarm again.
Yeah, we'll be ready for that one. And it's
in which case I'm like, guys, game's on. I'll take when the trailer's on.
It was just it was a good celebration, but it felt a bit, certainly from a streaming side of view, it felt a bit long in the tooth because it was getting to the panels. Then you'd get a lot of.
My weekend was just killer insane in terms of it's like cool. I had played X-Wing and then doing panels and then doing. Like our videos, like I just died. I think it's the reason why I'm dead now is because of Celebration and doing Milton Keynes the previous week. I was just
Monday was a struggle.
Wrecked.
The best thing about the closure ceremony was the comfy seats. We just wanted to sit down, and then after the ceremony, we went back in to see if there's any bargain. All the dealers, started selling. Oh, we've now got a show exclusive price of like 50% off these books. The thing I laughed at most was the stand that was selling the Master and Apprentice book.
Yeah.
You could get it early for $45 and you have to get a wristband.
Yeah. I was going to say to you, pick me up one, but then that price is like, no.
Just the queue was mad.
The cover is cool, but $45 is, I paid 20 quid to get my Celebration exclusive Aftermath. I'm like, I'm not paying $45. It's just way too much.
What made it funnier was the fact that they it's on sale early. On Monday, they then put it's on sale tomorrow. Like legitimately, so people were paying this extortionate early fee for the earliest of them to get it 3 days early, and to have a different cover. I pre-ordered it and got it in England for £14. That's more than half price off their Celebration price.
Yeah.
But no, I think it was a good. I think. Compared to what my situation was 2 weeks ago, flying out there, not knowing what I was doing.
Yes.
The fact I got into all the panels I wanted to, I got all my free posters, I got the Hasbro figures, I bought my delicious Regal robots, pen pots of the Space Slug from episode 5, which was without doubt one of the greatest things I've ever bought in my life.
Worth every penny.
It was worth every penny gained for that one. I think it was, and I also bought these set of pins. It is
the poster pins.
Yeah, and then
they look cool. Yeah.
So I bought these. Like, I'm not going to get into the Star Wars store, so I might as well buy these now. And then an hour later, I go into the Celebration store. So kind of have regretted it an hour later, but they're nice. Hopefully, they do an update to get episode 9. And then I got my Star Wars Celebration drink, $22.
Wow!
But to their defense, you pay $22, you get free refills for the entire event. So that was bought on day 1. And I got 5 days worth of free drinks. Although they were doing a new cup every day, so the OCD was like, you could really spend $100 for 5 different cups. Someone would have done it, but not for me.
But yes, I mean, overall, I think what we're saying is, you know what, it was an excellent celebration. It's really, really nice to have George back and actually able to talk us through his experience of Celebration.
Indeed, it was great just to have him just jump on the live streams when he could as well. That was we weren't expecting that. We're like, well, maybe. We're not going to promise anything, but maybe. And then, of course, you were able to.
The Wi-Fi was a lot better there, I'll give you that. And the hostel was okay. It wasn't great, but by the time I was back, it was way too late for you guys. And that's the main thing, was getting used to the time difference. So it's bright and early. It's the morning. It's the panel was early. Then you're like, it's the evening now. That's why I'm hoping.
It's more the Saturday where I'd played like 13 hours, then got in, then done videos, and went to bed at like 2 in the morning after getting up at like 6.
I feel that like wrapping it up overall, this was a lot better than Orlando. Especially hearing the first-hand accounts of people that went to Orlando saying the queues were a disaster for autographs, for stores, for everything. This one seemed like a major improvement. There's a rumor that ReedPop, Lucasfilm are getting rid of, that they might not be at the 2020 might be a new celebration organizer. So ReedPop's done the last few, and I wonder if the app's going to be the final straw from what happened.
Yeah,
that's something interesting. So any announcement, celebration, obviously we'll be here to cover it. Fingers crossed we can make it out there, or one of us. It's going to be big. Star Wars Land is opening up. They've given us everything, and I think it proved that last year they did not need a celebration because there just wasn't enough to announce last year. This year, perfect year for it.
Absolutely, and I think with that, our roundup is kind of done. Celebration has been epic. We've now gone through everything we can, and we'll get the audio version of this up as well later on this evening as well. So really, is anyone just to final and finish anything up? Anybody?
I think I'm all good.
I will be going back to absent mode, but I believe we may have a very special video on Sunday, May the 19th. Now, I know in my head I said May the 4th then, so fingers crossed. But what we know is that Sunday, May the 19th, if anyone can work out why that date's important, then you're already ahead of the game.
Yes, we will be around and we will be doing something on that day. But for now, just thank you very much for joining us over sort of Celebration Weekend with our videos. I know we've had a few more subscribers come on the channel. We're actually standing at 66, which is lovely. It's growing this channel, so we're getting a few more people on who have been certainly over this Celebration Weekend have jumped on board as well. I know Phil's been giving out a lot of the cards and information while he's been at the X-Wing event, so that's been great as well.
It was 565 people, and I know at least a quarter of those now know about Ones of the Force of Star Wars podcast. So I went ham. I went absolutely ham for it.
So it's been really good that we've had extra likes on there. Again, we'll try and get any information that comes up on our Facebook channel, on our Instagram, on our Twitter. It's all good. We're going to get that out there. This will be available later, obviously on YouTube immediately, but it will be available in the audio version on SoundCloud, on Stitcher, not on SoundCloud at all. Available on Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes.
Shall I just do the usual outro, Dave? Shall I just get this over there?
Try to cover your Phil because your throat's gone. But
it's all right. Yeah, my throat is killing me. I'll describe that to you guys later on. But yes, so don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at What's the Force of Star Wars Podcast, at The Force Podcast. You can find the audio version later on Podbean, Stitcher, iTunes, and Spotify. The YouTube version, of course, will be live as soon as we're done here. You can find us every other week, so we'll be back not next Wednesday after from the show. Of course, until then, we've been Ones of the Force. May the Force be with you. Good night.